Today we are learning the parts of the acoustic guitar for the use of. There are two basic designs of the acoustic steel-strung guitar. The flat top and the arched top or arch top. The naming of the parts. Part 1. The headstock. This is a slotted headstock. This is a solid headstock. Part 2. The tuning machines. They are geared machinery used to tension and hold the strings in tune. They are often called a tuner, but this is confusing for some as there are small digital devices which tell you whether you are in tune or not, also called a tuner. They are not tuning pegs, now only seen on Violin Family instruments and occasionally on flamenco guitars, I am informed. The nut. The nut is normally made of bone or a plastic composite and occasionally a hardwood. It is notched to guide the strings in order and correctly spaced down onto the fretboard. The fretboard. The fretboard is usually of ebony or rosewood. It is where the guitar player will fret or hold the strings down on the frets of the fretboard. The frets are usually of a nickel silver alloy and have a T section, the tail of which is pushed down into the fretboard, and the domed top to facilitate the movement of the player's fingers on the fretboard. The neck. The neck has a curved profile of various types designed to add comfort to the back of the hand when playing. The truss rod. Beneath the fretboard and within the neck there is a metal device called the truss rod. It is a strengthening device to aid the stiffness of the neck and most are adjustable either from inside the neck block or through a small entrance in the headstock. Fret markers. Fret markers can be ornamental, such as these, and usually commence on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th and 12th fret. This is, however, variable. They are an aid to the player, but there is also usually small dots in the same places for the convenience of the player. The neck binding is a decorative feature but also serves to protect the edge of the fretboard against damage on occasions. The heel is an extension to the neck and underneath there is more wood connected to that inside which fits into the neck block. The neck block is hidden inside and incorporates a method of securely fitting the neck to the body. The top The top is usually, but not exclusively, made of book-matched spruce. Cedar or mahogany or other woods may be used. On cheaper models it may be a laminate. The flat top is using a thinned down piece of book-matched spruce or other materials, and it's strengthened with an X-brace design underneath and further braces here and here. The arch top, such as this, designed by the Gibson company based on the principles of the Violin Family, is a carved top. Therefore it is a much thicker piece of spruce which is cupped on the inside and domed on the outside, meaning that the top is much higher than the outside parts. The sound holes. On flat tops nowadays they are mostly of circular design with a pattern around here called a rosette. On the arch top they tend to be in the shape of F holes here and here. They serve the same purpose. The pickguard or scratch plate. This is known widely as a pickguard, but in earlier days it used to be regarded as a scratch plate. It is there to protect the top from unintentional damage caused by poor usage of a plectrum or fingers. Same is true of the archtop guitar, but these tend to be raised above the body, not in contact with the body at all. The back and sides. The back and sides of the box of the guitar, traditionally made of rosewood or mahogany, but some kinds can be made of maple. Maple is more commonly found on the back and sides of archtop guitars, but it may also be birch. Binding and purfling. Item number 17 is this decorative area around the outside. This performs two purposes. It is both decorative but also protects the fragile junctions of the sides and the top and the sides and the back. Purfling is any patterning that might be inserted around the binding, such as this herringbone design here. The bridge. The bridge is the most important part of the guitar, for it is where the strings tend to exert the tension one way or the other on the top. Here is a glued bridge, which also incorporates the bone or composite saddle and bridge pins. The strings are tensioned and the ends go into the bridge and down into a similar piece of wood underneath called a bridge plate, usually made of maple or spruce. So the tension of the strings is pulling the top up, causing it to resonate. On the arch top, the strings run over a floating bridge, so they put tension down onto the top and finish and secured by a device called the tailpiece. The interior. The top and back are braced in variable ways to strengthen them whilst enabling them to vibrate with the resonance of the strings. There are also heel blocks and tail blocks, thick pieces of wood to which all parts are glued to facilitate the assembly and the internal strength of the sound box. They also often have end pins which serve to protect, to a certain extent, the tail blocks and the back and sides at the bottom from unintentional damage. These are the parts of the acoustic guitars. I thank you.